Hi everybody, it is time, it is overdue. It is time for another segment with Baking with Barb WI on the infamous YouTube channel. How have y'all been? Everybody fine? You know, you're getting through all this the crap that's going on. You know, it's tough to communicate with people because you want to, you have to, and you call your friends up and you say, well, what you doing today? And they say, well, same as yesterday. Or you say, how are you doing? Well, you know, not too good, and same as yesterday, but have to kind of find a way to keep in touch. Today, I wanted to do a special recipe that needs a special pan. And the pan, I had to order it. The pan's not in yet. But I wanted to do something. So I have made another braid since we talked last. As you may recall, on my inaugural video, I showed you a finished braid with sweet dough, with rolled sweet dough. And it was delicious. And then I have since made myself another one. And it was even more delicious. It was just absolutely unbelievable. Well, of course, I can't find any rolled sweet dough right now. You know, we live 40 miles from a grocery store, and that pickup stuff gets kind of old every once in a while. So I've decided to improvise, and so that's what we're going to do today. I'll show you that in just a minute. But I did want to give a report. I have Hummers, I have Oreos, I have fighting Oreos over the grape jelly. Not as many Hummers as I would like, but I think that they probably will come. This is all a good thing, just as long as the bears don't find it. You know, then we're happy. And I don't know if you can actually tell the difference or not. This is really quite important. I told you I was going to perhaps have something a little glitzier the next time. Folks, look at that. Can you see that? I have a new crown. It is even more beautiful, glitzier, more glamorous, and brings me so much more happiness and importance in my life. So I did kind of have to put it in with clips, so just if you see those, just ignore them. It just kind of, you know, worked that way, which is okay. Somebody did mention to me that everybody loves the crown. You know, everybody loves it. No issues with the crown. You know, because as my friend Cindy says, I am a queen now, which I still just can't get over that. She, you know, she believes it. She really believes it. Somebody said, you know, that woman in the South I refer to every once in a while says y'all all the time. And I know sometimes I say y'all. I don't know why I say y'all. I've said it my whole life. I'm going to try not to. But that woman in the South who sells cookbooks, you know, every time she cooks, somebody had said, you know, if she saw your videos, she'd probably get a crown. We can't have that. So please don't anybody share this with her. Let her know. This is just kind of our own thing. We all, you know, we're getting crowns. Everybody's getting crowns, wearing them in the kitchen, you know, watching TV, because today is like, what, I don't know, the 400th day of isolation, or fine, it's the 350th. But get a crown, you know. Guys, hey. You know, they make men, you know, crowns for guys too. So what we're going to do today, and this is totally improvised. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. This may help. If anybody gets to the Overland Park area, this can only be purchased in Kansas, I believe. My son has this at his wine market in Overland Park. It's called Buckley's Wine Market. 135th and Antioch. You see that? What's it called? Dizzy 3. Dizzy 3. This is just a little bottle he gave me. It's coffee flavored. Good stuff. So it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to tell you what time of the day it is. But it's coffee flavored, so I figured that it was probably fine. So I looked at my refrigerator. I wanted to make a braid, as I said. So I'm thinking, what do I have that I can make a braid of? And I don't know if this is going to work. I really do not. So this is what I have. I have some cinnamon rolls, plain old cinnamon rolls. Oh, well, that ruined something that I was going to do. I just ripped this. I ripped the paper off, and it burst its seam for me. It was so excited, as I am. I wanted to wrap it across the edge of the counter like my mom used to do. And I know that, I don't know, somebody must have gotten hurt doing it. So then there was this like cooking law that you have to use a stupid spoon to open it. I was gonna crack this sucker up against the edge of the counter. But that was kind of entertaining, wouldn't you say? So what I'm going to do, you see this, is I've already sprayed this pan. And when you make a braid, you use that dough and you roll it out into like a 12 by, I don't know, 16. And then you make it flat. And then you cut into it to make the strips, to make the braids. So I'm thinking, why can't I do it with these cinnamon rolls? And the issue that I do have when I make the braid is I put it on the cupboard, which they say you should do, is spray the cupboard. I always have a little issue lifting it off the cupboard onto the pan. And since I've never done this before, I have absolutely no idea how it will work. So I decided to roll it out right on the cookie sheet. But then I thought, well, it's gonna jimmy all over the whole counter. So what I did is I duct taped it. I duct taped it to the counter. So this sucker isn't going anywhere, folks. Isn't that a pretty good idea? And I didn't know if I should spray it or if I should flour it, but I sprayed it. And I'm also going to just lightly spray because I don't know how this is gonna work, my rolling pin. Just a little bit. We'll spread that all over here. Get my hands nice and oily. I think these are close enough to make a solid, ooh, that's nice and oily, solid piece. Can you see that? It's kind of bright. I don't really like this light in my kitchen. It's kind of, I'm gonna have to push these together just a little bit. I think they're kind of working. What I'm going to do is shut the camera off just for a minute or two, because as you well know now, I have my remote, while I make this into a flat surface, and then I will come right back. Bye. Hi, I'm back. I can't really lift this up. I think I can. And now I can take this duct tape off. I can lift this up. It worked out quite well, actually. I had to pinch together the seams. It's all one piece, pinched together. And actually, it's not as wide, of course, as the braid because there's not as much dough here, but I find that the strips on the braid are almost too long anyway, and they overlap and they get too thick. So I think that this is going to be okay. And my little break also reminded me that I hadn't gotten my pecans out yet. So, and you know how important those pecans are to my life. Now, we get a knife, any kind of a knife, obviously, and cut strips. I'm gonna use see these little seams here? Here, I'm gonna use those as a seam. So we'll cut up to about 1/2 inch into the middle in each one. So we'll have 3 strips. See? Don't want to cut into the middle. And we'll leave, no, I guess we can do 3 on that one. This is really going to be kind of interesting. I'm right-handed, so I have to do this. Cut 3 strips, each one. That's going to be kind of a skinny one. I'm just going to do 1/2 on that one and 3 on this one. Now I'm kind of going by the recipe for the braid. And in the middle of it, it called for softened cream cheese and some sugar. So, you know, I thought I'm going to run with it. Does it go with cinnamon rolls? Sure. So, that's already all mixed up, and that just goes right down the middle. I could turn this, I guess, so that you can see that a little bit better. I am trying to improve on my my production techniques for everybody. 4 ounces of cream cheese. And don't skimp. If you think you have too much, trust me, you don't. Because this is really, really, really the good part. And then you kind of spread it. So it's down the middle. That's why you only cut into about a half an inch from the middle on each side. Now the other day when I made the braid, you can put anything in that you want, anything that you have. I used cherry pie filling and I had a little bit left. And so in it, I mixed somebody made us some strawberry, I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like a marmalade. It's not a jelly. It's not a jam. It's strawberry, but it's kind of, I don't want to say granular, but it has kind of a consistency to it. Somebody maybe can leave a message and tell me what the heck it's called, but it is so good. And it kind of brings everything together. I have just a few cherries left on here. I don't know if I'm going to want to put all of these on it or not, but we'll see how it works. We'll put that right on top. My husband's favorite is cherry. So, you know, during this time we try to accommodate our spouses so that everybody is happy, because it just doesn't matter. It's my slogan, in case you haven't noticed. It just doesn't matter. Okay, a little more here, a little more down here. Got a little bit left. I'm not going to put that all in. You don't want it seeping out everywhere. I can't lift this up. So on with the braid bread, this is how you do it. You lift up that end and kind of enclose it. I'm going to squeeze those together. Lift up this end and kind of smash them together. And then you start taking each side. I hope you can see this. The ends, and then start braiding them over crosswise. This is not working too badly, you guys. I'm gonna kind of smear that on. Oh, you know what I forgot? It's gonna go on half of them. Pecans. How could I? I'll just put those on top. Okay. Yeah, maybe a little bit too much filling. It's smearing out, but you know, it's like the butter thing. It probably will just make it better. So you just keep side by side, take turns side by side, braid it, and then that end, which is really, really full. I don't know if I can lift that up and tuck it in there or not, but I don't know, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. See that? Now this is going to go in the oven. I'm going to bake it as per the instructions on the exploded can. And it says 400 degrees. No, it doesn't. It says 375 degrees, so I better turn the oven down for 13 to 17 minutes. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tighten one of those braids a little bit right there. Tightened. It's going to make a difference because all this cherry is oozing out. So I'm going to get this in the oven really, really fast, folks. And when I come back, you will see the finished product. Bye. Hi, I am back, and look at what I have. Yes, it spread itself apart a little bit, and probably because I put too much cherry filling in it. But you know what? It just doesn't matter. This is going to be so good. Everybody see that? And of course, we all know that this little thingy comes with the frosting. And as soon as it cools a little bit, I will put that on it. But I will also make my own powdered sugar frosting. I put about a tablespoon of melted butter in it, a little bit of vanilla, but for this I'm going to use almond extract, not vanilla. And of course just a couple tablespoons of milk, whip it together and just really saturate this, because this would cover about an inch of it in our household. So that's it. I may even come back on and cut into it, show you how it looks. But it looks really wonderful. It's kind of messy, but Who cares? You may notice that the light is a little different. I shut my ceiling light off and I turned my sink light on. So I think that that's a little bit better. I don't know, maybe it's too dark. What do you think? I have no idea. I have no idea. And also, you will be happy to know that I think I have learned how to edit all of these segments together, so it will be one continuous one. YouTube will hate me. I'll have to go back on and certify and verify that I'm a real person and I'm not a hacker or a scammer or something. But I'm going to try that for everybody's sake. It'll be much easier, then you won't have to look at several different videos. Everybody, thank you for joining me today on my cinnamon roll braid concoction. There really is no other word for it than that. And everybody, during this trying time that we're going through, have a good time or try. Until next time. Bye, everybody. Well, I had to especially come back and show you the finished product. And I noticed that there was another opportunity for me to use those pecans. So what you see and sprinkled on top there are pecans. Now, is there a lot of frosting on there? Yes, there is. I made perhaps a little bit too much, but I just decided, you know, it's there, I'm going to use it all. And my grandson in Arizona, actually last night, he and I were chatting, and he suggested, he says, Grandma, when you're done, you should cut into it so people can actually see what it looks like. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to, I can leave it tilted, I think, and we're going to cut into it. I waited until it was almost cool to frost because you want it just kind of warm. And I actually mixed in the frosting that came with it. So you can see kind of the cherry. I'm going to taste it just because it looks so wonderful and I'm somewhat curious. So here we go, a little bit of bite. I need a pecan in there. There we go. Well, I have to tell you, it looks kind of messy. There's no such thing as too much frosting, and it is wonderful. And I don't know why it takes me 3 clicks to shut this off. So perhaps we'll just refer to me now as 3 Click Barb. I have absolutely no idea. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.